How's it going, everyone? It's Nathan from Nathan's MRE, and today we're doing a very special Russian ration. Okay, so this ration, it's a little bit unclear exactly what the origin of it is. This is a brand new ration. This is a 24-hour ration. This is made by a manufacturer called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Boehtopr. And they make a lot of stuff for Russian military. This is sold as a military ration. I think it's more of a survival / civilian ration. On the front it says ration daily nutrition. Then it has manufacturer address and stuff on the side of Moscow. Has a little soldier on the side of there. It really is kind of a cool box ration. A little information on there, address and phone number. Then on the back it has a ingredients and nutrition list. This one was like 3,600 kcal on the nutrition, so quite a bit. We all know these Russian rations, they're definitely heavy on the beef and pork and greasy foods and kasha. And on the back we also have a manufacture date and an expiration date. The manufacture date is 5/19/2017. The expiration date is 3/19/2019. This ration did come from Amazon, and I will put a link in the description down below the video so you guys could also purchase one just like this. I think there's only 6 of them left from one seller, and that's it. These are Amazon fulfillment orders. That means the rations are pre-shipped to here in the United States. It took me about 6 days to get it, something like that. Without any further ado, let's go and flip it over to the back. Let's cut this little seal, and I'm curious to see what's inside, because at this point we don't really know. We know it'll follow suit with the standard Russian stuff, but we don't know exactly. So we have a bunch of these drinks, and 1, 2, 3 of these, and they feel a little on the hard side, and hopefully they're not compromised with moisture, but we will find that out. These look to be, that's apricot or possibly even a peach drink. These actually translate to apple. So we have apple, we have a little card here. We have our standard issue Russian MRE crackers. We have 2 of the green packs. One, I believe, was a wheat flour base, and the other one was like a whole grain. Yeah, these have more of a grain to them, you can see there. We have 2 of those. 4 packs of crackers all together. We have our wet naps for our silverware and our hands. We have 3 packages of those. And then we have our little Esbit stove. And here we have, got my translator, for some reason it keeps closing. Here we have gum, a little package of gum. We have what looks to be the apple butter, apple jam, some kind of jam. We have what looks to be coffee creamer. This one's kind of hard feeling, like it's gotten wet before. Yeah, creamer. I'm not sure if it was stored in a moist place or what's going on here. We have packs of sugar. 1, 2, 3 packs of sugar. We have a little package of honey. We have 3 spoons. We have water purification tablets. Looks like somebody's hacked one out of the middle there. And we have pate. Usually that's a beef or pork pate. It doesn't say on there. I'm sure it does in the fine print. We have windproof, weatherproof matches. We have a very heavy, it looks to be a chocolate bar. Doesn't translate. We have, it looks to be tea bags. And then this is coffee. We have, there is a little moisture in here. Salt and pepper. I hope that one of our mains isn't leaking, is what the problem is. That would be terrible. We have beef and rice porridge. That one seems to be sealed. We'll have to very carefully inspect that. We have, just says meat. I think it's okay. I thought it was busted there for a second, but it's not. We have this guy here, looks to be, it says just beef. Okay. We have a little can. Usually these are cheese. This is cream cheese. And this guy here, none of these are broke, so I don't know. This is caviar from zucchini. We've had that before. We have 2 toothpicks in here. We have some little pieces from the box, it looks like. Little punch outs for the handle. We have our napkins. Just the slightest bit of oily residue on those. We have an ingredient sheet. And we have another toothpick. And that, my friends, is all that's in the box. Okay, so we threw it onto a tray. And this is where we're at. We have our sides all packed up here so you can see everything. We're going to go ahead and start opening this stuff up. We have 3 mains. We're going to open this up and get it on the hot plate. And we'll come back. We're going to do these drinks and everything else. The very first one we have is just beef. Beef only. And this is going to be kind of like that canned beef ration I did here a while back, a few days ago or a week ago. It's more like a boiled, seasoned beef. At least that's what I think. Let's see. Yeah. Man, the smell coming off of that, guys. If you never tried one of these Russian rations, try one out. Try to get one of these from Amazon. I'll put the link down below, like I said before. foreignmre.com has these things. Not this exact one, but variants of Russian rations. Most of them have this. This is a life-changing experience. You've never tasted anything like it. They put bay leaf and everything else in it. It just has a taste like no other. So we're going to set our beef off to the side. We're going to go ahead and open up our rice porridge or kasha. And it says rice porridge, not buckwheat porridge. A lot of you guys say that kasha has to be buckwheat. Apparently it doesn't, because this is rice. So we're going to go open it up and see. Well, it says it's rice anyway. Yeah, look at that. It's more moist looking. A lot of these get pretty dry, these kasha ones, but this one actually looks very good. The smell coming off of it, it's just, I don't know. You guys don't know what I'm talking about until you actually get one of these rations and smell it for yourself. It is totally different. This one is beef with vegetables and beans. I translated earlier, said beef only. You notice I'm curling these edges up, so when I open it up, if there's juice in it, it doesn't spill over the place. This is almost like a beef stew. Almost more of a chili looking entree. Yeah, I mean, it really could be. We won't know until we heat it up and just try it. But it looks like what us Americans call chili. A little bit of a bean smell to it with the beef. I can't tell if there's any cumin or anything like that in it. And let's go ahead and get those heated up. We're going to work back to these sides. And by the time we do that, we should be ready to eat. Okay. Put you guys a little bit there. Sorry about that. Everything's heating up nicely. Trying to translate this pate. It says something about liver and hot dogs. I'm not really sure. Trying to figure out if it's beef or liver, or beef or pork. But I think we're just going to have to crank her open and give it a try. Look at that stuff. It always looks like that. And on the front it translates pate with butter. It does smell like it has butter in it. It smells very, very, very rich. Moving on here, our vegetable caviar. Or zucchini caviar, you might say. Crank it open. Trying to make a big mess. There we got it. And it's basically like a really fine pureed vegetable. Okay, so first of all, I bought for greasy little mitts. The white one is for your hands, the green one's for the silverware. A nice little towelette. Almost no scent at all. Very, very nice. I'll put that off to the side. Grab our other one out just to see. Maybe the slightest hint of a lemon smell, maybe. Should have wiped your spoon off, a little too late now. Put that off to the side also. And we're going to start off with our main of beef, vegetables, and beans. I think we're done with this. We'll steal this spoon out of here. Look at that. Take a smell of that. It smells very good. It smells like almost like a spice cider. Yep. That's what it tastes like too. Basically like apple cider. Let's see if I could do this without burning myself. Our beans and our beef. Big chunks of beef in there. About half of it out there. And then our rice porridge. Whoops. We'll just cross-contaminate our spoons. I'll do this. Shovel some of that out on there. And this is a lot more moist than your average rice porridge. Usually it's pretty dry. A lot of Americans don't like this. People I'll let try these meals aren't a big fan of this because it's more greasy, I guess. But apparently in Russia, that's how things roll, which I'm not complaining. I don't mind it. Yeah, so there's that. We're going to throw this guy out of here. Our beef wasn't quite done. We'll grab that right now. I'll be back and we'll get the show on the road. Actually, no, before we do that, let's just go ahead and try this. We have a couple minutes for that beef's completely heated where we need it. There's little chunks of stuff in here. I don't know if that's garlic or what. I doubt it. That's not very common for Russian meals. The tiniest, tiniest, tiniest little bits of carrots and stuff in there. This is a lot different than any ones I had in the past. I get some beans, so take a bite of this. Nice chunk of beef. It does taste a lot different. Tremendously different. The seasonings are different. Almost it's in between chili and vegetable beef stew, I would say. Very good. Just a little off-putting what I'm used to having in these rations. Okay, next up is our beef. And I had to pour a little bit of juice off. It's so full I couldn't even carry it. And I'll go ahead and get some chunks of that out of here. And look at the quality of that. It's just the most tender beef you ever seen. Very, very nice. Actually, I'm going to take a bite. It's smoking hot, but hey, that's all right. That's very nice. Very well seasoned. And since I poured a lot of the grease off, I saved it just in case, but I don't think we're going to need it. It is a very, very tender meat. Let's go and jump into this last main. This rice porridge. And you can see here, it is just like a mildly flavored rice with meat in it. It smells very mild. And it is very mild. Basically what flavors that is the grease from the meat. It gives it that kind of real hearty, almost like a, well, it is a beef in this case, but even the pork ones almost have a beefy flavor. Kind of melts in your mouth. Very, I don't really know how to, where to describe it. Very satisfying, maybe. Like an old-time home-cooked meal. Something your grandma would have made back in the day, or my grandma would have. Very good. All this is very good. We're going to go ahead and try this pate with butter, apparently. And try to see if we can tell if this is beef or pork. I'm going to say that is pork. It's the consistency of Braunschweiger. If you ever had Braunschweiger, a lot of you guys are probably wanting to puke me saying that. It's kind of what it is. A little bit softer than that, but it is a very hearty addition to these meals. We'll go ahead and dig out a pack of crackers here. And this one's a little bit broken up. That's all right. We'll make her work. Spread some on the cracker. We have a lot of food here, so we got to speed up the process. Let's try that. Great big giant chunk. So moving on. Let's go ahead and try this cheese out. I'm sure a lot of guys put the cheese in the mains. We're doing the cheese. I just popped open this other, it looks to be a wheat cracker. Let's go ahead and dig in there with that. The cheese is pretty firm. It's not real squishy. And look at that. It looks pretty good. The cheese has a lot more smell once I broke into it. A very nice, didn't want to break that. Very nice hearty cheese. A little bit of this kasha on it. There we go. Man, that's the way to go. Some of these items are made to mix together. The vegetable caviar, we'll mix it up just a little bit. You can see it's like a minced vegetables with oil in it. Almost like an applesauce. So I guess it's a way to get your vegetables that you wouldn't ordinarily get. The vegetable caviar does have a very unique taste. A lot of guys call it goop, which I don't mind it. It's not a bad taste. You gotta kind of like vegetables to eat it though. I think it's very good. That's my personal opinion of it. I'll take another drink of this. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll do the coffee first in our foreignmre.com mug. A couple more things to get through here. We have our apple jam. Go ahead and squish that down a little bit. We'll just notch the corner. The Russian apple jam, I've had one time where it was kind of spoiled. The rest of the time it has been nothing but fantastic. Let's see this time. This time it is good. Good deal. Look at that. A nice hearty semi-tart Russian apple jam. Better known pretty much as apple butter. Absolutely, positively spot on. A perfect dessert or even breakfast to this meal. Man, that's a 10 out of 10. Now, we have some honey here that is very fresh. However, I don't know if I get it open without cutting it open. Yes, we can. Not crystallized. A very, very, very fresh ration. We'll have fresh honey like that. I'm trying to find something to get that out of there with. Maybe this guy. We have 2 spoons stuck together. Now we're good. So yeah, Russian honey. We'll take a little taste, and you guess it, dump the rest in the tea. Look at that. Very good honey. Very nice and mellow. Not offensive. Some honey you get has, let's just say, it tastes like flowers too much. If that makes any sense. This is not. This is very nice, very mild. All right, so finishing up here, I'm going to try a coffee. Coffee is a very dark roast. Slightly on the bitter side, but not bad at all. Almost like trying the coffee black, you could taste it more. If you mix it full of stuff, you can't really tell the difference. And our tea with our honey in it, nicely stirred in, nice and hot. Let's take a drink of that. Man, that makes tea so much better with honey in it. Not that you guys at home do that or not. And I think we're down to our chocolate bar and our gum. Look at the freshness of that chocolate bar. Look at that. It's like something you buy off the shelf in the store. Broke perfectly in little squares. Let's try some. Nice dark chocolate, but not bitter. Dark, but still semi-sweet. Very delicious chocolate. Moving on to the gum. We'll finish it up with some gum. We have a tear notch on the side. I'm very happy this ration was not leaking and destroyed. That's weird. Almost like a bubble gum scent to it. 10 pieces. It is a Mentos gum. It says nowhere on it that I could translate what flavor. It tastes like bubble gum to me. Maybe that's incorrect. All of them look identical.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and